All right, back with you on a Tuesday on Fox Sports 940 Miami and the iHeartRadio app with Stephen Strom. I'm Kyle Sielaff. Thanks for hanging out with us, making us a part of your Tuesday night. Happy holidays, everybody. I know Christmas is right around the corner. Hanukkah is wrapped up. It's a terrific time of the year, so hope everybody's enjoying some time with their family. Check us out on the Marlins podcast page, Marlins Radio on YouTube. We post a bunch of highlights from the Hot Stove shows on Twitter as well. All right, going into segment number 2, let's get right to it. Joining us tonight over Zoom, I guess is the proper way to put it, is Marlins infielder Xavier Edwards, who we really enjoyed watching last year for 30 games in the big leagues, made his debut. I thought for sure his first homer was going to be that grand slam late in the season. But Xavier, it's great to see you, man. And I'll simply start by asking you, how are you doing? How's your off season going?
I've been great. I can't complain. Just enjoying some downtime, playing a lot of pickleball, running around, doing my baseball stuff out at the facility in Jupiter and here where I live, lifting weights. The pretty typical off season and hanging out with friends and family. So it's been a good off season.
We have a department outing tomorrow. Or full disclosure, Xavier and myself and Steven we're chatting here on Monday. We are playing pickleball as a group tomorrow.
I'm questionable tomorrow.
I have never played. I like to think my whole life I have strived to be just right in the middle athletically, so nobody could pick on me about anything. I'll hold my own. But do you have any tips or anything in the way of pickleball?
Get to the kitchen line as soon as possible, and keep the ball low. So those are two main keys for beginners. Keep the ball low and get to the kitchen line.
How'd you get into pickleball?
Yeah.
I started playing 2020. We had a family vacation in Hilton Head Island, and we were going around the resort and stuff, and they had pickleball courts, and we're a tennis family because my sister and our family background. So we took a stroll to the courts, just started hitting kind of together as a family, and that's kind of where the love kind of grew and started. We all got paddles at the end of the trip, and ever since then, every offseason I've kind of been steadily playing more and more. But this is by far the most consistently I've played in any offseason.
Is it as addicting as people say it is?
It is. I'm about 3 or 4 days a week right now. I'll probably play tonight for about 2, 3 hours. So it's good cardio, good workout. But it's a lot of fun. You can play with all ages. I've played with people 56 years old, and it's fun. It's not like most sports. Usually, if someone older may have a disadvantage because they're not as athletic. But pickleball, I would say, is not one of those sports. A lot of people can be good at it. A lot of people can become good at it, and even for beginners, it's fun. So I think it's a really unique sport that it doesn't take a lot to play. You just need a paddle, a modified wiffle ball, and a few people. The court's a lot smaller than tennis, a lot less running, easy to pick up. So I love it a lot.
Xavier Edwards with us now on the Marlins Hot Stove Show. Stephen Strom, Kyle Sielaff. This is going to be a weird interview. We're going to go from Christmas topics. We're going to go from baseball topics. So I guess let me first start here. How vividly do you remember your first hit?
I remember. I mean, yeah, of course. I'll never forget that one against the Braves. Dylan Lee.
What was the score?
Probably like 14-5 or something like that.
13-4.
That's close.
And do you remember what pitch it was?
Yeah, first pitch heater. Can't forget that. Love those. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember. We were getting beat pretty good by the Braves. They came out swinging pretty hot that game, and sure enough, I was in there before I knew it. So, yeah, day I'll definitely never forget. And cool memory. This full life circle moment. All the work put in, and friends and family to be there to witness it. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
David, how would you wrap up when you look back? What do you make of your 2023 that saw you make your major league debut? Now that you've had some time to reflect,
I would like to use it as a building block and just keep striving for what I've been working towards. I put a lot of work in last offseason to just kind of get back to the player that I knew I was, that I had kind of gotten away from, and that was the big takeaway for me after my 2022 season. It was just like get back to drawing board, get back to doing what I know I do well, and capitalize on my strengths as opposed to trying to revolve my home game around something that I may not do quite as well. So that was just more advantageous for me to just hammer on my strengths and make those show up as often as I could. And I feel like in the work I put in the off season and then this whole past season, I did that. I showed my strengths on full display as often as I could.
X, you played second base and center fielder. Are you working out at any other positions this offseason?
I always work out at shortstop, just ground balls there. I think if your feet work at short, then your feet can work pretty much anywhere else on the infield. And I've done some outfield stuff. My dad's a former minor league outfielder, so I've done some outfield stuff with him.
As far as shortstop, give me some of the things you feel comfortable in that position and some of the things that you need to continue to work on.
It's funny you say that. I played shortstop my whole life, and then the last few years I've kind of been removed from it. Padres kind of took me off of it a little bit, and it's just been slowly kind of disappearing over the years. But at a baseline level, I've never really had a huge arm, so for me to play short, it was always about taking the right route to the ball, getting the ball quick, and then once I get it in my hands, I'm pretty secure with it. So I was just getting the ball in my hands as fast as I could and getting it out as fast as I could as well. And at that point, there's only so much you could do. So that's what has been a staple for me. Always playing short is get the ball quick and get it out quick, and the rest will take care of itself. So, I'm working on my arm strength to get it to tick up. My shoulder injury and a couple years ago kind of put me back on that front, and it was just kind of just trying to get healthy, and then getting the arm strength back was just a whole nother step. So I've been taking that step to try to build some arm strength and get it back to what it was before, and just improve on it. But the same things as far as getting to the ball quick and getting it out quick, those are still things that I'll do no matter how strong my arm is.
Xavier Edwards joining us on the Miami Marlins Hot Stove Show tonight. Xavier, over the years, I've always loved listening to people talk about when guys get their first opportunity, learning how to travel in the big leagues and on the charter and the hotels and the grinds and all the travel and everything that comes along with it. Strictly on the baseball side, exposed wouldn't be the right word, but once your season was over and you look back, you said, this area is what was most, jarring when I got there, that this is the one area, or these are the couple of areas I really, really want to get better at, that maybe you learn more about in the big leagues that maybe you were very good at in the minor leagues, would be what?
I would say just not being prepared, because that would be the wrong term, but kind of getting used to a different role, in the minor leagues, for the vast majority of us. We play, 5-6 games a week. We're kind of lucky if we get a day off and we're playing the whole game. There's not many late game substitutions going on. Regardless of the score, we're going to play the whole game, that kind of thing. And then once we get to the big leagues, at least in my case, I got there and the role was completely different. Every day, even when I'm not in the lineup, I'm, getting warmed up in the fifth inning for a potential chance of base running or pinch hitting, coming in to play defense, whatever the case is. So I feel like that's a big thing with the learning curve of getting to the big leagues. If there's not like an immediate, just like opening for you, I would say that's the biggest thing. The rest of it's cool, playing in front of a lot of people. It's fun, it's cool, but I'm pretty even keeled as it is typically. So playing in front of a lot of people doesn't really bother me too much, because I kind of just like to be chill and slow the game down as it is already. I don't really like to get too caught up in the game and a bunch of people. So that wasn't too much of a struggle for me, but it was more so like the role that I was playing and how I could best adapt to it, because I feel like I can play much better than I did play up there in the big leagues this year. It was nice to get a taste, but I definitely feel like there's a lot more in the tank. So I'm excited to whatever role it is to excel at it and be ready for it next year.
All right, Kyle, I think he passed our tough question test. Can we get into Christmas now?
Absolutely. Go right ahead. We've got about 3 minutes left with X.
X, I got two things for you. First of all, your best Christmas ever was what, and what'd you get? Actually, okay, this is 3 questions. And are you an eggnog guy or no? Are we out or in on eggnog?
Best Christmas ever, I was probably say I was about like 12, and I was not anticipating getting what I got. I got a Wii from my mom, and it was like life-changing for me, because I never played video games like before, and she got me a Wii, and I swear I had the Wii for like, it felt like 5 years. And I would just grind away like sports games,
Wii Sports.
NBA 2K, Wii Sports, tennis. We're in there in the kitchen.
Now, kids, that's how
like
he got good at baseball. So there you go. That's exactly how Xavier
Wii
got
Sports
good.
Baseball. I mean,
Little League World Series.
Little League, Mario Super Slugger, you name it. Mario Kart. I mean, you name it. I was playing it. So like that's really what got me into video games. I play a ton of video games now, And it really all started when my mom got me a weed, and I had no idea I was getting it. So I'd probably say that's probably my best Christmas. Yeah, just a monumental moment in the childhood right there. And then
eggnog?
Eggnog.
I'm not. I hate to disappoint, but I'm not an eggnog guy. I'm pretty picky, and eggnog, unfortunately, is not on the list.
We haven't tried it either.
Yeah, we haven't.
Never.
No,
raw
it was
eggs.
one of
I
our
don't
topics
need raw
today.
eggs and egg whites and like.
But
you
they
know,
it sometimes it spikes. Sometimes they give you a little bit of what is it called that you said is in it?
brandy.
Brandy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've never. I'm the same way. I'm the same way as you. Like if I hear about something and I know I don't like something in it, I won't even like try it. I'm not even gonna test the waters. Like I'm like, I'll take your word on it. I don't like what's in it. I'm not gonna try
So
it.
I'm not gonna
So
try.
I understand that.
Awesome. Xavier, it's good to see you, man. Thank you so much for making some time with us on the Marlins Hot Stove Show tonight. Enjoy the heck out of the rest of your short off season, man. They go quick, and we'll see you in Jupiter soon.
Thank you,
They
X.
sure do. They sure do. Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys. Looking forward to seeing you guys again.